be like, hey!
Meanwhile.
Hey guys, it's Jake from Mitzu Garage, back in our video. I know it's been a couple weeks since we've uploaded any content, but we've been busy with other things, and I thought I'd catch you guys on camera today to let you know what's going on. But first I wanted to show you something. Hey, we're moving up in the world. So if you guys caught my last video where we did a paint color reveal on the 1998 Mitsubishi Eclipse, I filmed that all by hand, and I was pretty dizzy and pretty tired of holding my hand steady. So I bought this new gimbal to kind of help stabilize the videos a little bit so everything's not so shaky for you guys. But hopefully you like it, so it'll be a big help for me. But moving on to the car. All right guys, so if you guys caught my last video, we recently got the 1998 Mitsubishi Eclipse with the LS1 swap back from paint, and it just looks phenomenal. I mean, look how incredible they did. Now we gotta take it back to paint to get color sanded and buffed, but it's nearing the final stages of paint. So right now we're trying to reassemble everything just to put it all together so they could get it back and color sand and buff it. But what do you guys think of the paint color? I personally love it. I know maybe one person suggested this color. I know a lot of people were kind of requesting like OEM colors or some really crazy wild colors like neon blue and neon green and stuff like that. But I wasn't really looking for that. You know, I was kind of looking for a more, I guess you would say, sophisticated kind of classic color, because we are trying to keep a lot of the tuner aspects to the car, but you know, it has a little bit of muscle car edge to it. So, you know, we wanted to kind of keep it, you know, a pretty classic color that looks pretty good on pretty much anything. And I think this is the perfect shade of gray for this car, and it's not too dark and it's not too light. You know, the car has a lot of body lines to it. There's not many straight lines on the car to begin with. So we wanted something not too dark, but not too light either. I wanted more of a darker color, but my dad was leaning more towards like a lighter shade of gray. I actually went back twice just to verify that it was indeed the shade I wanted, because at first I was worried about it was too light. But I think it turned out perfect. It looks amazing. You know, it looks really good in different sunlight. You know, when it's darker out during the evening, it looks a little darker. But sitting here in the garage, it definitely looks a little bit lighter. But it's really cool to see. You guys see it in person. It's just the way you look at it, it could look light or dark. But hopefully you guys love it. I think the painters did an excellent job. I'll reveal the color and the color code and who painted it and everything once the final reveal video comes out. But I just wanted to give you guys some surprises, and you know, I wanted you guys to see the fully finished product before I voice my opinions and let you guys know of everything that we did. All right, next I wanted to talk about some of the body panels on the car that we have. I did get a new aftermarket front bumper. I got this off eBay. Originally, it had a triangle right here in the front where the Mitsubishi emblem goes. Now, all the aftermarket ones, they don't have the actual emblem embossed in there. It's just a triangle, and then you could slap the emblem on there. But I thought it looked kind of goofy, so we just decided to fill it in. And maybe we'll go with a D-badge look, or maybe we'll slap the emblem back on there, but we just wanted to fill it in for now, just so it looks a little more flush. Also, as you guys have seen, we got our custom one-of-a-kind hood here. Kind of resembles like a Camaro Z28 style hood. If you guys haven't seen too much on this hood, you should go back and watch one of our other videos where we talk about it. But basically, We got the humps on both sides, and then we got the hood scoop in the middle just to kind of give it more flow. But I think it looks incredible, and seeing it fully painted now, it really adds a lot of character to the car. Also, we've got our carbonetics flares right here. These are fiberglass. Now, we plan on adding some weather stripping right behind here so it sits flush with the body and water doesn't get trapped down in there. But if you look over here, this is my dad's 37 right here, and he's got some of that weather stripping right along there. So that's what we're talking about right there. We're gonna add some of that to the outside of the flares that touch the body, just so water doesn't seep down in there. When we were putting all the body panels back on the car, I was trying to have all of the clips and 3M double-sided tape and everything that goes to put back on all the body panels. I did run into a lot of trouble with factory clips, you know, like all the side skirt clips and all that. And I think the dealership wanted like $2.50 a piece for them. And they were saying like, oh, you need like this many per side. And it's like, oh my God, I'm going to spend like $200 on clips. You know, I don't want to spend that. That's pretty ridiculous. So I did a lot of research online, and I came across this website called Clips and Fasteners. They're a really good website. I've actually used them before, but I guess I just didn't really look into them that much. But they actually carry a lot of the factory clips for these cars, and you can actually go to Mitsubishi's website and it'll give you a part number. So like, you know, these clips right here are part number, you know, MB blah blah blah. But you can actually take that part number and go to Clips and Fasteners website and actually just look up the part number. So you just type in that OEM part number right there, and boom, this is what comes up. So they pretty much carry all the clips for our cars. I would say like 98% of them. There's a couple of them they don't sell, but if they don't have them, I mean, more than likely you could probably find them on eBay, but I'm telling you, they got pretty much a majority of them. Also, we've got our, you know, OEM ground effects right here, side skirts. We got our OEM mirrors, and the car still has a sunroof. And, you know, we got the flares on the back too. OEM rear bumper and OEM rear hatch right here. We are gonna add the turbo high-rise spoiler right there, so I think it's gonna look great. But kind of like I told you guys before, I know the car looks highly custom, but we wanted to add some factory elements to it, so I think it looks great so far. You have to let me know what you guys think of it, but it's turning out really well. Also, I wanted to add in, I forgot to tell you guys, we did in fact weld off the front windshield wiper nozzles up here, and then we drilled out our hood pins right here where they're gonna have to go. A lot of people put them in the middle section right here, but obviously we can't do that because we got a hood scoop right there. But we're gonna have to drill out a little bit of the headlight bracket just so that sits up in there, but it's gonna work out and look great. And also I wanted to show you guys the rear hatch. So we got the rear hatch washer nozzle welded off back here, and then we also have the rear wiper welded off and painted. I didn't feel like just putting a plug in there because I thought it'd be kind of sloppy. So the car was getting painted anyways, so we welded that off and got painted over, and looks fantastic. I wanted to show you guys, we actually painted the OEM door handles. These were brand new. I got these off STM tuned, I believe, but these are the OEM door handles. We'll just have to be really careful with them. But yeah, I don't see many 2Gs anymore with factory painted door handles because, you know, a lot of them break off, but I'm gonna have to be really careful with them because they are still the plastic ones. So we'll be really careful with them, but it's nice to see a 2G with some factory painted door handles. I know that sounds silly, but I just don't see that a lot anymore because, you know, they all break. Also, we restored some of the rear windows right here, and my dad took a lot of time to get all this old film out, and he smoothed all the edges a lot. I don't know if I have a picture, if you guys noticed before, but they looked really rough before, and I didn't think I was going to be able to use them, but yeah, these look great. I think they're going to look perfect on the car, and I don't think I'll have to buy new windows now. So we got all the bumpers and side skirts mostly installed now. We have a lot of new brackets and retainers all throughout the car. I was able to find some of them, but some of them I just didn't have, and just a little bit of a time crunch, and some of my friends wanted to help us out, and you know, all these brackets and everything turned out really good. So thanks again to Boosted Fabrication for helping us out. You know, we really appreciate it. I'm a little bit on a time crunch, like I said. We replaced most of the hardware on all the retainers and the fenders. We got new stainless steel bolts, and I think they look really nice. A lot of the bolts on these cars are... Okay, my gimbal died, and I'm gonna have to do this by hand. I'm still learning how to use it. But anyways, so we replaced all the bolts on the retainers and inside the engine bay, like where the fenders are. But I don't know if you guys know or not, but a lot of these bolts are just M6 style bolts. These were all stainless that we bought. They're not quite OEM or, you know, the same size specs, but they work, and I think they look great, and they won't rust out so fast like the OEM bolts do. I think the OEM bolts are zinc, so they, you know, eventually rust, and you know, you don't want to get any of that on your nice paint. So I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but we're actually ripping out all the factory wiring from Mitsubishi, and we're just rewiring the entire car to a new system. We're gonna try to use some of the pigtails from like all the lights and everything to adapt to the new system, but it's all gonna be rewired, so I think that'll clear up a lot of the electrical problems down the road, and they'll be easy to diagnose, but it's gonna turn out really good, I think. So like I mentioned before, we started wiring the car a little bit. We've got all the wiring through the driver's side fender here, and we got it all in this wire loom. We literally just started on it, but we wanted to run the loom through the fender so we could get the fender back on. But yeah, we should be good to go here anytime soon. But I think we're gonna send the car back to paint first before we start wiring it. So yeah, you guys will have to stay tuned for that. I just wanted to give a shout out to Jason for hooking us up with an all-wheel drive gas tank shield. It looked fantastic. I'll have to pop up a picture here, but I actually stripped it and repainted it, and it looks phenomenal, and can't wait to put it back on the car. But just want to give him a shout out. So always help out your fellow DSMers, even if you don't like their engine or their car in general. But you know, it's nice to help each other out. You know, if you guys need something, you know, reach out to me. I'll try to help, or you know, vice versa. But it's nice to see the community not scam people and not talk bad about each other, but just helping each other out with their builds, you know. All right, guys, so future me editing the video right now. The file got corrupted or something, but sorry it took a couple weeks to get another video out. Hopefully you guys love the colors so far and what we're doing. I'll try to have another video up next weekend, we'll see. But yeah, let me know down below what you guys want to see and what you think of the cars. So thanks again for watching. Bye.